My name is Caleb Larson. I'm the Student Senate President here, and I noticed you've talked a couple times tonight about ethanol, or alternative fuels actually, but
Right, and
yeah, and
ethanol.
ethanol being a part of the alternative fuel. How do you feel about the $1.6 billion that are being allocated towards the development of alternative fuel sources, specifically with the large portion of that going to ethanol? And do you think that ethanol is the fuel?
A large portion of that going to where?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You said the large portion of that going to?
Not necessarily a large portion, but at least in this area, a large part of it is being used for ethanol production.
Right, okay.
Primarily. And my question was, do you think, pertaining more to ethanol directly, do you think that ethanol is the fuel or a major player in the alternative fuel revolution? Or do you think there are other fuels that the money could be spent on that would be more productive?
Well, ethanol is, of course, a very important alternative. Where the ethanol comes from can be much more varied than just from corn, because, as you know, corn is food and it is feed, and we don't want to run the cost of cattle feed up, so that's a problem for cattlemen. The other thing, though, in Minnesota, you have many different options. I mean, Minnesota is probably the leading state in wind as an alternative energy source of energy than any other state. It's just remarkable what's happening in Minnesota when you talk about wind. Again, I was in a place where I went to where it dealt with turkey waste, and the turkey waste would go from turkey waste. You know what I mean by turkey waste?
Yep.
Okay, it would go. They'd just truck it in, turn it into electricity to light the homes of thousands of homes, and there would be no waste product from it. So whether we're talking about turkey litter, or we're talking about corn, or we're talking about other cellulosics, or other kinds of farm products that can be turned into ethanol or alternative energy, almost everything is present in Minnesota, including, as I say, wind as a major source. But I was in Washington State a couple of days ago, and hydropower in many different forms is a very important alternative source of energy there. I mean, it's used now, but to increase the use of hydro power, whether that's capturing tides in the ocean or in rivers, or in addition to that, algae is one of the big products of the future, well, the current, but also of the future in terms of alternative energy. So there almost any product, any produce can be turned into an alternative energy source, and we want to do it in a way that, as I say, with corn does not increase the cost of feed, and it's all very possible. And again, in Minnesota, I was very encouraged by what I saw there.